Shri Krishna Story Box.
In the sacred land of Pandharpur, where the gentle flow of Chandrabhaga sings the Lord's name, stands Sri Vittala Panduranga, resting with hands on his hips, waiting only for love. On the sacred day of Kartika Ekadasi, Janabai's parents brought her to Pandharpur for darshan. From her very birth, her heart belonged only to Vittala. She walked joyfully through the streets. The temple was overflowing with devotees. But when the time came to return, Janabai refused. Her parents pleaded, their voices breaking with pain. Yet the child stood firm, unmoved, unafraid. Janabai was born after many years, but only by the blessings of Lord Vittala. Then her father remembered the dream. This child is mine. With trembling hearts and tears of surrender, the parents placed their child at Vittala's feet. Janabai stood before the temple for long hours, her eyes fixed on Vittala, crying and calling him without moving. The people noticed the child and spoke of her tears and her parents' surrender. When Sant Namdev arrived, he saw not an ordinary girl, but devotion carried across births. By seeing her, he knew her past. Once, Kubja, Trivakra, preparing sandalwood paste in Kamsa's court, yet thinking only of Krishna. That same devotion returned as Janabai, drawn again by Vittala's will. With certainty and compassion, Namdev accepted her, knowing Vittala himself had guided her here. Namdev took Janabai to his home. He worried how his mother might react. Yet Namdev's house fed many devotees each day, and help was always needed. With care, Namdev explained everything to his mother. How Janabai could assist with the household work. Though his mother was worried at first, her heart softened. And in time, she accepted Janabai into their home. Janabai lived near Namdev's house, in a small and simple hut by the banks of the Chandrabhaga river. She was content and peaceful there, seeing Namdev as her guru and serving with devotion. Janabai fetched water, cleaned the house, ground grain for rotis, cooked, and completed every household task. Though her hands ached and body tired, her heart stayed full of devotion. And so the days passed, in quiet service and surrender. One day, a young girl approached Janabai and gently said, "I can help you with your work." Janabai refused at first. Smiling, she asked, "You look so beautiful. Where are you from? What is your name?" The girl replied, "My name is Ranga. I live near the temple." Slowly, they became close friends. Ranga helped Janabai with cleaning, grinding, and fetching water. Janabai felt joyful in her companionship. From a distance, Namdev watched them, and in his heart he realized, this was Vittala's Leela. After some time, Ranga disappeared and did not return. Janabai missed her deeply, yet she continued her work, always engaged in service, never leaving her duties. She served rotis to the elders, and they blessed her with love. She watched devotees come out of the temple, blessed by Vittala's darshan. Janabai never went. There was no time. As she worked, she sang songs of Vittala, her mind never wandering. Even in her sleep, Janabai softly murmured the name of Vitthala. Jnaneshwar Maharaj once came to the temple for darshan of Vittala. Vittala stood casually, not as a distant deity, but as a dear companion, their bond beyond the ordinary. Jnaneshwar noticed Vittala writing on a palm leaf. "What are you writing?" he asked. Vittala smiled and tried to hide it. "Show me," he insisted. Vittala then replied, "These words speak of me, yet they are not written by me. They are the songs of Janabai, filled with pure devotion." Jnaneshwar Maharaj was filled with awe and joy. Seeing such beautiful verses, he asked, "When will you give darshan to Janabai?" Vittala replied gently, "Tomorrow, I will go to see Janabai at Namdev's house." Jnaneshwar Maharaj hurried to Namdev's house to share the joyful news. But there, he saw Janabai arguing with a neighbor woman over a dried cow dung cakes. "She's stealing my cow dung cakes." In anger, Janabai broke them, and as it fell, a sound arose. "Vittala, Vittala," she said softly, "because my mind is always with him. Even my work speaks his name." Jnaneshwar Maharaj said, "Tomorrow Vittala will come to receive prasadam."
Vitthoba, Vitthoba, Panduranga, Vitthoba. Vitthoba, Panduranga, Vitthoba. Jai Vitthala, Jai Vitthala, Panduranga, Vitthala. 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 Vitthoba, Vitthoba, Panduranga.
The moment Janabai had long awaited finally arrived. She saw Vitthala at her doorstep. She washed his feet, and he stepped into Namdev's house. Janabai stood in awe, surprised, overwhelmed, and shy to lift her eyes to look upon Vittala's face. Janabai served prasadam. Everyone ate, except Janabai. Her eyes searched only for Vittala. When the food was finished, she went back to her hut, carrying the roti left on Vittala's leaf. She sat down to eat. Suddenly, a voice called from outside, "I am hungry." Janabai's heart trembled. Vittala stood at her doorstep. With tears, she said, "I ate a little. How can I give you?" Vittala smiled and said, "I came only to eat this." Janabai wept in joy, her heart overflowing with devotion. Vittala then revealed, "Ranga is none other than me." Janabai was stunned, surprised and speechless. Vittala himself helped with the household work. He ground the grain and asked Janabai to sing.
Vitthoba, Vitthoba, Panduranga, Vitthoba. Vitthoba, Panduranga, Vitthoba. Jai Vitthala, Jai Vitthala, Panduranga, Vitthala. Jai Vitthala, Jai Vitthala, Panduranga, Vitthala. Jai Vitthala, Jai Vitthala, Panduranga, Vitthala. Jai Vitthala, Jai Vitthala, Panduranga.
Then Vittala said, "I feel tired wearing jewels and silk clothes." While Janabai was busy with her chores, Vitthala removed his ornaments, placed them in a pot, unseen by her, and wore Janabai's torn cloth. Gently, he said, "I am leaving now." The next morning, at Kakada Arati, the priest opened the temple doors and stood in shock. Vitthala had no ornaments, and he was wearing a torn shawl. The priest recognized it at once. It belonged to Janabai. They rushed to Janabai's house. Namdev calmly said, "Yes, Vitthala was here yesterday. He went to Janabai's hut." Janabai too said softly, "Yes, he came." The priests asked, "Did you take the jewels?" Terrified, Janabai cried, "No, I did not." Namdev stood firm. Janabai can never do such a thing. The priests searched the hut and found the jewels kept safely in a pot. Janabai was stunned. Still, they took her to the Chandrabhaga river and tied her to a post. Janabai showed no fear. Her heart trusted only one name, Vitthala. The moment she was tied, the post melted and flowed into the river before everyone's eyes. The crowd stood frozen. Then a divine voice echoed, "It was I who kept the jewels there." Janabai began to sing an abhanga of Vitthala.
Panduranga Vitthala, Vitthala, Panduranga Vitthala. Jai Vitthala, Jai 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 Vitthala, Panduranga Vitthala. Vitthala, Vitthala, Panduranga Vitthala. Vitthoba, Vitthoba, Panduranga Vitthoba. Vitthoba, Vitthoba, Panduranga Vitthoba. Jaya Vitthala, Jaya Vitthala, Panduranga Vitthala. 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 Vitthoba, Vitthoba.
This true story ends with a truth. One who lives in God's name leaves the world in God's arms.